Hi guys, this is a new Unity to Unreal Engine comparison video in which I want to point out some differences that are important in my opinion to understand basic concepts of both engines. So let's start here in Unity with a simple example. I have an empty scene, or almost empty. There's just a camera and a light, and now I'm going to add a 3D cube. In Unity, every entity like this cube you use in your scene, and that can be seen in the hierarchy on the left, is a game object. You can attach components to your game objects like a mesh or a camera, and also scripts. Now I adjusted the camera so that I have a nice view onto this cube when I start the game. Okay, this is how it will look like, and what I want to do now is I want to add a script to scale this cube up and down when the user presses certain keys. The programming language in Unity for scripting is C#. So I add here a new C# script and call it cube scaler. Okay, that's it. You can see the script is added to the assets folder and attached to the cube, and when I double click it now, Visual Studio 2017 is opening and I can edit the code of my script. Here is the class called CubeScaler, and it is derived like every Unity script from MonoBehavior. The MonoBehavior class has methods that represent the lifecycle of a game object, like start, where the object is initialized, or update, that is called for every frame of the game. In the update method here I get the keystrokes, the user input, and let's say if the user presses the A key down, then the cube should be scaled up. And if he presses the D key, the cube will be scaled down. Scaling can be done by just multiplying the local scale of the attached transform component. In this case I just multiply it by 2. And the same thing you do for scaling down the cube. Here you can just divide by 2. So a very simple example, but I hope you got the idea. What did we do? We just created a new game object and we attached a component, and this is a C# script. Now I start the game, then I press A and the cube will be scaled up, and then I press D to scale it down. So you can see when it comes to programming, Unity is really straightforward. This is the way you do it. You write C# code and attach the scripts to game objects. It is not limited to one script per game object. You can attach as many scripts as you like. Okay, this was the way you do it in Unity. Now let's open Unreal Engine and see how we can solve the same problem by using this engine. The first thing when you open Unreal Engine is to decide whether you want to create a blueprint or a C++ project. When using blueprints, no C++ programming is required. You implement your game with visual scripting. In a C++ project, you are coding your game logic with C++ and Visual Studio under Windows. But you can also mix both features. You can add blueprints to your C++ project and vice versa. I have some tutorials about this. The link can be found in the description. Okay, you have several templates here that you can use, like the first person or third person projects. But in this video I will start with a blank blueprint project. So when I open the project, you can see some so-called actors here in the scene, in the level, that can be compared to the Unity game objects. You can attach components to these actors like you do it in Unity. But I will remove these actors now, the table and the chairs. And after that I'm going to add the same thing as I did in Unity, a simple cube, which is called a static mesh actor in Unreal Engine. Okay, and this actor can be turned into a blueprint by clicking this blue button here, Blueprint Add Script. The name is set to Cube Blueprint and I press Create Blueprint. It has a visual editor where you can change your mesh or assign other components if you like. And it also has an event graph with some events by default that reminds of the start and update methods in Unity. Here they are called begin play, which is called when the actor is created or spawned in the game, and an event tick, which is called on every frame. To be able to receive user input, I drag out a node here in the begin play event. This node enable input needs a player controller object as parameter that you can get by the function getPlayerController, which is also a node. So as you can see, this is really visual programming. The nodes here represent functions, events or variables. Now compile and the blueprint should receive user input by keyboard or mouse or whatever. Okay, so let's add a custom function with the logic to scale our cube up or down. I call this method scale and add one parameter of type float for the scale multiplier. Then I use the setWorldScale3D function for the static mesh component to scale the actor. To scale it, I need the current scale of the actor and a multiply node that I use as input to the new scale. The value of this multiply node is set to the multiplier parameter of the function. So this is not, well, coding, but it's still programming, right? So blueprints are a powerful visual programming language in my opinion. So now we have a function that we can call on user input, and to react on user input I can use a key input node, for example for the T key, and I call our new scale function with a multiplier of 2 when this key is pressed. The same thing I do for, let's say, the Z key, and this time I use 0.5 as multiplier. You remember, simple math, this is dividing by 2. Okay, we are done. Now let's start the game and press the keys, the T key to scale it up and the Z key to scale it down. Okay, pretty simple, but now let's do something more elaborated. Let's come to C++ coding. Now instead of a blueprint, I'm going to add a new C++ class. After this, you have to decide which parent class you want to use. An actor, for example, is the base class of an object that can be placed into a level, whereas a character is able to move and walk around. I use an actor here, set the name to CubeCpp and hit Create Class. It will be compiled then and opened in Visual Studio 2017. Okay, here we are in Visual Studio, and when I go to the header file now, you can see the same methods as in the blueprints begin play and tick. To be able to add a cube now to this actor, I have to define a U property of type uStaticMeshComponent. This means I'm going to attach now components to this actor by using C++ code. In the constructor I create this component and assign it to the variable that I just defined. And after that we have to include a few header files so that we can get the player controller and work with static mesh components. In the tick method I get the player controller and check if the T key is pressed, and then I call the method setWorldScale3D of the cube actor to scale it up, and when the Z key is pressed I scale it down using the same method. So you can see this is fairly the same API we used in the blueprint script, but now we are using C++. And again we are done and can compile, and in the editor I drag the cube_cpp actor into the level now and then assign the cube mesh to the static mesh component. And when I start the game, I have the same logic implemented with C++ instead of blueprints. But you're not limited to one C++ file or blueprint for an actor. You can also assign more components to it, for example a blueprint script component or C++ component. When you, for instance, create a new C++ actor component that is assigned to the actor, then a new C++ class derived from uActor component is created with the same lifecycle methods like beginPlay and tick component, in which you can communicate with your actor and add new functionalities for it. Okay guys, I know this is a quite complicated topic and we can go more into detail in future tutorials. Please let me know if you are interested in particular topics. Thanks for watching this, and please consider supporting me on my Patreon if you want to help my channel grow. Don't forget to subscribe, stay tuned, and I hope to see you soon on JNM.